They say all men are created equal.
Shot! Master!
I'll pull out the Glock. Full of suffering, succotash, son.
One of your nuts is hanging out of your shorts.
Real glass.
You have a father, but your father's dead.
Okay, next up is Luther.
Mid?
I kind of felt nothing.
You don't enjoy him as a butler with Tony Storm at all? I think he's a mid and underutilized because they could do more with it. I think it's intriguing.
Yeah, they could do more with it because I don't really see kind of. Yeah, maybe I felt nothing is unreasonable, but it doesn't really fit in Battle Royale fodder. But I don't know. Yeah, it could do a lot more with it.
But I still enjoy what we've got, like the way she jumps into us like Luther and ordering around and comical. Would have preferred for it to have been RJ, but
my thing is that it's all her. I'm not really sure what he brings to it. That's all her. And for me to say that about Tony Storm, that takes a lot for me to.
He's supposed to play like a straight man butler type. What do you want from him?
Yeah, I guess he plays the role. He plays the role that he's been casted.
Yeah.
Mid is fine. Mid works. Next up is Madison Rayne.
Isn't she one of the trainers? I ain't really seen her wrestle. I felt nothing.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure that's her main role. If she works with the other women.
I'm struggling to read the text on this one.
Oh, it's Maki Ito.
Oh yeah, that's it.
I don't think she is signed with AEW. I think she just has a contract like Tanahashi.
Yeah. And yeah, okay then.
But Maki Ito is awesome. Love her. And would love for her to just be there full time. She's great.
Yeah, that would be brilliant. I think she'd bring a lot to the division as well.
Yeah, she'd be so good. She has a character.
Marina Shafir is the next one. Who's not been on screen.
Put some shoes on, love.
Why you got your feet
Get
on?
them feet. Yeah, put them grippers away. Right, Marky boy. Marky Briscoe.
Now, we did sort of touch on this a little bit before.
Yeah, the Briscoes, them boys. His brother is an elite, self-explanatory. Mark Briscoe, though, as a solo competitor, I think he's 4 out of 5 stars.
I
think he's great. I think he's a great mid-carder. His matches are so entertaining.
Yeah.
His promos are he's so charismatic. You could have no idea. It's like we're saying, if all these people can't be asked. They're just like these people that just randomly come in and have a match. But Mark Briscoe, even if you didn't know Mark Briscoe, you randomly came in and have a match, you'd like him because he's got so much charisma.
Yeah, he's compelling and you can't help but get invested and watch.
Hopefully he will have a title reign with the TNT title or international title. I'd love to see that.
I can see it happening.
Because he's so good.
Moving on to Mark Henry.
Difficult because he has an executive role.
Yeah.
He seems to just I'm sure he does a lot of great. I love Mark Henry as a wrestler. I like him as a person. I'm sure he's doing a lot of good stuff, but online he just seems to just constantly be stirring the pot. I just think how is that good for the company? When CM Punk left, he's like, well, I guess all the problems will be fixed now. I'm like, yeah,
it's not helping.
I understand.
It's not helping the situation.
You're not helping the situation, and you're part of the business side of things, so you're burying the company right now. So maybe don't. How would you rank Mark Henry?
I guess it's kind of
felt
nothing.
Yeah, doesn't really but you're pissing me off a bit. Just hold back. But but one day release a tell-all book or a tell-all interview. Please do that. But for right now, just refrain.
Mark Sterling.
Don't know him.
Yeah, I think manager.
Oh, wasn't he the manager of Jade Cargill?
Oh yeah. Yeah.
I felt nothing. You were annoying. But maybe that's what really... maybe for a heel that's good, but I don't know.
Next one is Michael Stunt, who's obsolete.
who just
Okay.
randomly disappeared.
Things are about to get interesting. I think the Young Bucks. Tell us your opinions.
Well, if you couldn't tell, I love the Elite.
Elite stan over here.
I don't understand how you can watch this product and not love the Elite, or at the very least have a respect for the Elite, because without the
Yeah,
Elite, there'd be no All Elite Wrestling. The Young
quite
Bucks
self-explanatory.
are one of the greatest tag teams of all time, and it is such a shame that they're the real scapegoats in a lot of these situations, that
True,
they've
yeah.
just gotten all the heat for it. Kenny got no heat from the
That is so
situation.
true. I don't understand the amount of hate that they get. I really
Punk
don't.
benefited from it, like just reaped it, because the
Yeah.
controversy in him it just entangled into his career.
Hmm.
But the Young Bucks are just the devil. They're just the worst
They
thing
can't
ever.
do anything right.
The Young Bucks revolutionized wrestling. They've
They
revolutionized tag
changed
team
tag team
wrestling.
wrestling.
And the two greatest tag teams of all time currently are FTR and the Young Bucks, and they're on opposite ends of the spectrum, but they deliver what they bring so well. And in
So much
retrospect, people are going
diversity.
to look back at the Young Bucks and they're going to be like, do you know what? They were really good,
Mhm.
but they didn't appreciate him at the time. And it's not even like in a heel way, it's just genuinely smarks and the
People,
IWC and
yeah, yeah.
people on Twitter just not having a
Just shit on
clue
them
what they're
all the
talking
time.
about. Just look at the wrestling matches. How can you say they're bad? How can you look at FTR versus Young Bucks at Wembley, which is like the one that comes to mind like recently because they had a bit of time off after, and not have a high opinion of them?
Mm,
I'll never understand. They've recently returned as heels, which a lot of people were like, oh, they look like, what are they doing? Yeah, they're supposed to. Why do you think they dress
yes.
obnoxious and stupid with stupid facial hair?
Yeah,
Yeah,
they look
it's
ridiculous.
that is intentional, my friend. That is intentional. And Sting picked them out as his retirement match. Like, what more do you need?
Doesn't you don't get a bigger rub than that.
You don't get a bigger like validation than
Mhm.
that. Young Bucks are elite.
Well, you can't argue. You can't possibly argue against it because, like you said, without them, there would be no AEW.
There's a reason why in every promo people call out the Young Bucks when they're like, I want to be the top of the tag team division. I
Yeah.
want to face FTR. I want to face the Young Bucks. There is a reason why they are held with such esteem. And half of the things that people don't like about them are things that are in your head and are hypothetical things and
Yeah, that
situations that
aren't even
don't
real.
even exist. They're things that you have made up. They're theories. They're not concrete things. It's not like Matt Jackson said this and Nick said that. You don't have no proof.
Yeah, it's like
You have
when
no proof.
you're in bed and you start getting angry and worked up and start having an argument in your head about things that never even happened, and you just like imagining situations and you're just getting wound up for no reason.
Yeah.
That's kind of what it
And
is.
people don't like AW and they want it to fail, and the Bucks are just the figurehead of that. They can't hate on
Yeah.
Kenny because Kenny is a single star and Kenny has too much like legitimacy to him as
Mm.
like, all of the great things he's done. Whereas like the Bucks, they're the only people that can shit on. And
I
it's
also think as
ridiculous.
well because they kind of give off this attitude of like don't give a fuck and they're happy to kind of take that flack.
Mm.
I feel like that makes them an easy target for it.
Like back in the day, they used to engage like all the time, like on
Yeah.
Twitter. But like since especially joining AEW, like they just totally disconnected, which like good for them.
Hmm.
But yeah, like at the same time, it just because they're saying nothing, it makes it easier for people to conclude what they think they know
Yeah.
about them.
Yeah. But no, I completely
And they're
agree with you.
geniuses. Like BTE was a was like a huge thing. Like when it came out, like on the indie circuit, it was a huge reason that the Elite got over. That was an invention of Nick Jackson.
Hmm.
Like the merch, like the mass merch, the presentation, all the details of them, like things nowadays that everyone's doing. But
Yeah.
back then, like all the media and stuff, like people weren't doing.
Hmm. They changed independent wrestling as well, I think.
Yeah,
The
and gave
level of like
hundreds of people jobs.
yes, the work rate they brought to their matches even before AEW was like it just kind of changed the expectation for tag team matches, I think.
Yeah, it totally elevated it. And, that's all the stuff outside of the ring, but in the ring, in AEW, they've put on banger after banger.
Yeah. So moving on to the next one, Matt Menard.
Battle Royale.
Yeah,
Where did we put Angelo Parker? Did we put him in?
yeah.
Yeah, they're both in Battle Royale fodder. They're as individuals and as a tag team.
I feel like
And they're
they're not.
entertaining.
They are entertaining, and I don't think they're underutilized because they are used quite a lot. I feel like.
And used well for
Yeah,
storylines. They have great character. I'm loving the Daddy Magic and Daniel Garcia stuff. It's good.
yeah, but it's not
Good. But let's
outstanding.
also wrap it up and move Daniel Garcia on at the same
Yeah,
time.
yeah. Let's get him in the Blackpool Combat Club.
Yeah. Kick you out. Just for tension.
Just for the storyline purposes, no other
Just
reason.
for angst.
Yeah, love a bit of angst.
Tagged hurt/comfort fanfiction. Hurt to comfort fanfiction.
Oh yes, that is what we need. That is what we want. Next up, Matt Sydal.
Yeah, he's probably last time he was on was in a battle royale, so yeah, I should have
Yeah,
known.
Mercedes Martinez.
Just feel bad like putting more women in. I felt nothing, but I mean, she does have a character in that, like she's edgy, but that's it.
Yeah, there's not more to it than that. It's just like I'm edgy. It's like cool, okay.
I felt nothing.
Expand.
Again, not a fault of hers. Probably she could probably do more. I think she's like actually like a veteran. Like she has like quite a lot of experience.
Yes. Yeah.
She seemed to be getting like a small push during like the Punk era of Collision, and it seemed like I know like Punk seemed to be like quite hot and like gave her like a few shout outs and stuff.
Next up, Michael Nakazawa.
I haven't seen him for ages.
No.
Battle Royale fodder though. It's Nakazawa, like, he's a lad. But yeah, Battle Royale. I'm fine with it there. NPC ref.
Another referee, Mike Suzuki.
I think Suzuki is like he's been in things on Dynamite, so I feel like we can rank him.
Yeah. I feel like
Underutilized or Battle Royale fodder.
I
Yeah,
say
bathroom break pre-show.
he doesn't fit the description of like pre-show to me, but I feel like he deserves to be.
But I think in the context of AW though he does.
Mm,
Because of the way he's booked and his style and stuff. And like he's kind of been just watered down to murder grandpa, which he always has been. But like
mm,
when he's on AEW, he's booked in like a comedy spot, which I'm not angry at. It'll be like Orange Cassidy versus like, Suzuki and on a pre-show or something. Like it's not.
yeah. Yeah,
I've seen
I
New
think
Japan. It's totally different, but
yeah, I think he deserves to be up there on the top 3.
mm-hmm.
Miro, who we mentioned before
Oh, this is
when his
tough,
music was on at Wembley,
complex,
and we were just like, "What the fuck is going on?"
complicated feelings here.
Mm.
How do you feel about him?
I always thought he was a really effective heel in WWE, and I liked the stereotypical Russian gimmick that they did because it was so simple that it really worked. I think that I don't understand what they're trying to do with him and Lana right now, where like he's like, don't get involved in my stuff, but also she
Yeah,
is involved. It's
this is the difficult thing. Is that's all his ideas.
mm,
Because he wants to put CJ over and he wants to give her work, I think, and I think she's like probably pushing for it as well. But it doesn't help that obviously the last storyline he was in was with Andrade. It was with
mhm,
Andrade. So it doesn't help, and then he left, and also CJ's had like an infection. But on paper, and I'm sure when he's pitching it, you can buy into it like, oh, me and my wife, and we've got all this psychology stuff, and
yeah,
she's trying to like go to other people, and she's trying to, be the perfect manager, but really all she's trying to do is like draw out the dark side of me, and then I'm gonna become like super evil, and she's gonna like come join forces with me. We're gonna be like super evil, like team, and it's gonna be like a bit raunchy as well, like a bit risky, a bit attitude era esque. Like, yeah, I could buy into it, but the delivery is not there, and it's just cringe.
mm,
And
It
it's just
is.
limiting your potential. But it's what he likes. He's happy with it.
At least
So
it's somewhat different. It's just a different storyline to everything
yeah, but
else.
it's shit.
Oops.
Mid underutilized, but
Yeah,
it's also self-inflicted. So like
we all know
it's
he's got the
hard.
potential.
Yeah. Just needs to stop doing like cook storylines.
Mm.
And we'll get there. Anyway, a big one up next.
Oh, MJF now. There's clearly
Oh, it's just
no debate to be
there's
had.
just no debate. The generational talent,
Yeah,
it's not a moniker. Same with Living Legends of FTR. It is fact. He is a
it is.
generational
Yeah.
talent.
Hmm. The way he transitioned from the most hated heel to the most loved babyface, like it needs to be studied.
But
It's
when he was heel,
unbelievable.
genuinely, people believe, myself included, is this
Yes,
what he is like in real life?
yes,
And
so
now
did
I look
I.
back and I'm like, of course he didn't like that in real
Yeah,
life. Of course he's a normal person who's just
yeah,
like
right.
a mark, and like that's why like he acts the way he does. Like he's so into kayfabe and he knows his wrestling knowledge. But like back in the day, I'm like, I'd like watch like old videos and like try to like work it out and stuff because that's how good of a heel he was.
Exactly.
But then
You just
during
thought
his
he was an
babyface
asshole.
era, just
It-
the greatest babyface. Like you just rooted for him so hard and you just loved him, and everything he did, no matter how simplistic, it worked.
mhm. Yeah, it's not like overcomplicated. He just does the simple stuff that it just resonates with the crowd and it resonates with everyone. It's like whether you're a casual fan or you're a hardcore fan or whatever sort of demographic. He just gets it and he's so good at promos and he's also amazing in the ring. He's just the best possible champion to kind of carry the
He's
company
so
and for the amount of time that
intelligent.
he did. Yeah.
Yeah,
And he's
he's
so
just
young as
so
well.
intelligent.
He's so
The
early in his
way,
career.
oh, you could just tear so many different parts of him apart. Like in the ring, when he was heel, he'd never do like any like he'd like do loads of fake outs. And then
Yeah.
like, but when he really has to dig deep into his arsenal, he can do the flippy shit. He can do the
Mm,
6-star match moves.
yeah.
He can do that, but he just chooses not to. He knows when. It's so important knowing when to hold back, when to give, when to do all that, and when to do like all your crazy moves and stuff. And in promo, when to scream, with
Yeah.
passion.
Yeah.
His control, he just understands his character so well. MJF is AEW, and like if going forward, like we lose him, like it's gonna have such a detrimental effect to the product.
I feel like this is kind of
Sure,
why I like him as well is because he's so real and you can tell he's not opposed to going somewhere else. I feel like part of him kind of does want to go to WWE because I think he's such a big wrestling
that's
fan.
opening a whole
He has that dream of
whole other. Does he
yeah.
though?
I think he does. I think he has like I
Or
think all
does
wrestlers
he?
want to like main event WrestleMania, for example. I think
I
he
think
probably has a bucket list of things he wants to do, and I think that's on it.
I think he wants. I think he emulates the Attitude Era to a T. He
Yeah.
studied it. He loved it. He's impassioned by it. Same way that FTR love, Bret Hart,
Mhm.
And I love that when wrestling with like the Kingston with like Japanese wrestling. Like I love that when people you can just see in the character where they came from.
Mhm.
Even Jay White, he loved Randy Orton, and you could see Randy Orton in him, and I love that. But yeah, going back to Max, yeah, and I think that's his soft place in his heart and like his storytelling, and he understands that's the most important thing. But at the same time, like especially with that post that he put out a couple of days before World's End, and he was talking about how like he'd never have had like how like a lot of people in AEW would never have had a chance in WWE, and things
Mhm.
like that. I don't know. I feel like he's also one of the people who really understands like the message of AEW and what it means. But at the same time, does AEW need him anymore? I'd argue yes,
I agree. I think they
but
do. I think
I
he'd be a
don't know. I
massive
feel
loss.
like he'd be comfortable walking away when it's like self-sufficient because I think he really cares. I don't know. This is like a
This
whole
could
other like
be an
debate though.
episode in
There's so much
itself.
to talk about with him.
Yeah.
the Max episode.
Yeah. Oh,
But that's just a sign of like how good he is and how polar and the power that he has. You know, the draw.
he is.
He's one of the biggest draws they have.
Yeah, absolutely. And that's not even scratching the surface with the story that he told with Adam Cole. I mean, just everything that he touches just turns to gold, basically.
It was one of the best storylines, like the best AEW storyline of the year, but also it was like on par with like Bloodline, I'd argue.
So next
So
up is Nick Comoroto.
don't know him.
Me neither. Don't know you, love. Nick Wayne.
Nick Wayne's stock has certainly rise since he first
Yeah.
appeared on this. But he was always been an intriguing character since like even his ties to Darby Allin. He's always had story and he's always been great in the ring. I'd put him in 4 out of 5.
Yeah, I don't think he doesn't fit in these two. I agree. And I
And he
really
could
like
even
what he's doing
be
at the moment.
elite.
Yeah.
Like it's just hard because obviously he's 18 and like he's only just come to AW, but the impact he's had,
Yeah, considering that he is
like,
he's
come
fitted
on.
right in the storylines that he's been in, and yeah, he's grabbed it with both hands, the opportunity he's been given.
I mean, can you imagine at 18 getting to work with Edge and Christian?
Yeah, it's crazy. It's
With
crazy.
your mum.
Yeah, that's so random as well. Maybe we should add his mum to this.
He's great in the ring, loving what he's doing with the patriarchy, and just hopefully there's great payoff there. I'm so intrigued by the whole I'm going to pass on the title to you.
Yeah, yeah,
That's so
not sure.
intriguing. I wonder how
Yeah,
that'll go. I hope like
yeah.
he actually does it. Like I hope he actually does. I hope maybe he could have like a kayfabe injury or something, and he passes the title on. And
Mm.
I
Yeah,
don't
that would
know.
be such
I
an
really like
interesting
it.
way to get a title, because then that'd be on Nick Wayne's like resume for the rest of his career that he's a champion, but then it's always got
Yeah, and
this
it would
story connected to
really
it.
like put over Nick
Yeah,
Wayne and like solidify and legitimize him. A bit of Jack Perry in there as well.
a little bit of added spice in the form of Jack Perry.
Oh, maybe. No, no, no. Actually,
You're
no.
gonna have to say it now.
No. When he passes the title on, maybe like Jack Perry should like come out. And he's like, actually, I'm gonna pass it on to someone else. My other son, Jack Perry.
Oh
I
my
don't know.
God.
Jack Perry and Nick Wayne feud, like, get them in there.
Yeah, that would
But
be
then, like,
actually really good.
with Luchasaurus, like, what is he gonna do with him? You know, like, I don't know. Like, what would be the would he come to save him? Would he be like, remember who you are? I'd hope not. That I'd hope he'd come back as a heel.
Yeah, be more interesting as a heel, but mm,
I
nice
don't know. I
idea.
just feel like that's people say it's like weak to bring him into that storyline, but I don't think it is.
No, but you don't have to avoid
It
the
makes
obvious just because it's obvious.
sense.
Doesn't mean it's bad just because like you can see it coming.
Yeah, and there's so many things you could do with it, and it's going to elongate it out, which I hope the patriarchy lasts for a long time. Which is not a sentence I should say, but in
Out
the
of
case of wrestling,
context. Out of context. Cut that.
I love the patriarchy.
Okay.
All right,
Nyla Rose is the next person.
underutilized mid. I like her.
Even
I've liked
with
her since day
the
one.
yeah, same, but even with the like championship runs, you still think underutilized.
What do you mean the championship runs?
She's used to be a champion, right?
Yeah, she isn't now though.
Yeah,
She's doing fuck all. She's just sat in catering, doing nothing.
fair. Okay, so like right now, she's not doing. Yeah,
Get her out, get her doing stuff.
yeah, I
Get her in some
agree.
storylines.
Yeah, she should be doing. Considering she used to be a champion, she should be doing more now.
Yeah. Just completely ghosted the women's division.
Yeah, it's sad. It's sad.
Oh, there's some good people coming up. One in particular.
Mm.
Anyway, first of all, we've got to go into Okada, which again one of those weird like
Does
relationships,
it
but
count?
like Suzuki, he has been in more.
Yeah,
I swear he hasn't just wrestled on like Wrestle Dream, he's wrestled on some standard pay-per-views and standard dynamites, I'm pretty
I
sure.
think. Yeah, I think so.
However, we're not ranking him in terms of New Japan, in which case he would be
Yeah.
elite.
Hmm.
I think the way they use him is 4 out of 5 stars.
Yeah, I was
They
thinking.
are limited in that, like, obviously they can't build huge programs around him because he can't be there. He's got
Mhm.
other you know,
Put the
other
shit on his plate.
commitments. Yeah, other shit on his plate. He's got to be, you know, the ace of New Japan. But yeah, 4 out of 5. I
Yeah.
prefer it if he didn't injure Bryan Danielson every time they get into the ring together. But he's
That's a
great.
whole thing.
Yeah. Okada, it's Kazuchika Okada, the Rainmaker. What more do you need?
Next up is
The man
Orange
that needs
Cassidy.
no introduction. Orange Cassidy should be elite, and I'm going to be. He should be elite 100%. He is, as we've said, understands the mission of elite, all elite wrestling. He's been there since day one. His international title reign is one of the most impactful and influential title reigns in all of AEW. That belt is so legit because of him.
Mm-hmm.
And it makes me so sad that he's like old because like he's just so good and like, you know, it's just a shame. Like he's like in the peak of his career right now, so we really need to enjoy him right now. I love his character development. I love how he obviously still has that kind of aloof character, that nonchalance, but his passion for the belt has like made him like more intense.
Yeah.
And I love it, and I hope like when he loses the title again in future, we take it up one notch more, because we kind of saw it when he did the promo against Mox before they had the rematch and he got the belt back. I think he already had the belt back. There was a transitional, right? It was Ray Phoenix, and then did Mox get it from Ray Phoenix, or Cassidy got it from Ray Phoenix, and then they had the match, and then
Yeah.
Cassidy ended up with it anyway.
Yeah.
And during that, he did the promo, and it was so, yeah, it was not quite screaming, but like I want to get to that level, and
Yeah.
he's so good against so many different people. He can put on a banger with Suzuki. He can put on a banger with Claudio. He can go with someone like Jay White, Kenny Omega. You're gonna get. He's fantastic.
It's
And what I love is he's so good for the product, because he would never be a top tier in any other company in
Yeah.
WWE. He would never have reached the heights, because he created a new mold, and that don't exist. Again,
Yeah.
not even dunking on WWE here. Like when I'm talking about this, like, you know, people who wouldn't fit in WWE. It's just facts. It's just fact.
Mm.
It's not
No
it's not any
shade.
kind of bias or anything. It's no shade. It's just how they run it. But
Yeah.
just love him.
And I think it can be easy for people, say like WWE fans, to look at his character and say it's the dumbest thing I've ever seen. But he's so much more than the gimmick, and like you say, he puts on amazing matches. And I think that it's like shallow
And he's
criticism.
just synonymous. He's
Yeah,
synonymous with AEW.
yeah, he is. Yeah,
He's like almost like that mascot,
that ambassador.
that ambassador, yeah, type of vibes. And when you're building a card, or when you're building a pay-per-view, or you're building a card for just a regular show, you put Orange Cassidy on it, instantly like
Yeah,
viewership's gonna go up, people are interested, people are intrigued, he's got stock to him.
yeah,
So
absolutely.
I thought that was gonna be a lot harder than it was. I thought you were gonna be a lot more reluctant to put him up so high. Or you just already
No,
accepted that it was happening.
I mean,
Like you've had
well,
time to prepare.
sort of, but I do like him.
I can't believe I had to fight more for Jay White than Orange Cassidy. Like,
Maybe what it is that you just wore me down with Jay White, and now I'm just like, yeah, whatever. I'm embodying Orange Cassidy. I'm just like, whatever.
I'm so tired, Renee.
You know what? I think the thing with him as well, that's another point, is he's relatable.
He's so relatable.
Everyone's just like that. Everyone feels like that sometimes. Like, it just can't be
He's
out.
our modern Dusty. So, like, during the 80s and 90s, people looked at Dusty like, oh, he's like, you know,
He's
the
just
everyday
every
blue
man.
collar man.
Hmm.
Our everyday blue collar man is a millennial who's depressed.
Yeah,
Okay? And an
that's so
alcoholic in
true.
like Adam Page.
It's so true.
Right, we've got Santana or Ortiz who can do them together.
Yeah.
Well, no, we can't because they're not a
No, they're
tag
not.
team anymore.
Yeah, but
They actually hate each other, so maybe we shouldn't do them together. But I think they are going to be in the same category,
they
which
kind of
is,
go hand in hand, don't they? Whether
I
they want to or
feel
not.
nothing. I used to love Proud and Powerful, but
Yeah, I know.
as independent wrestlers, I feel nothing. I do like Ortiz more than Santana though.
Do you?
I would rank him as the better wrestler and the better like character and the better performer. But yeah.
It's a shame they kind of lose what they had when they're separate.
And the thing is that their feud isn't interesting enough to go into.
Next up is Pac.
Who's been out for a long time, but I think he's been seen backstage recently. So we
Yeah.
should start to see him in shows. Again, difficult because he hasn't been about, but I think he's very good. Bathroom break pre-show vibe seems a bit harsh.
But I feel like he was on the pre-show a lot though.
He's with House of Black, you know what I mean? He's in good company.
Yeah. Here's someone we've heard of. Paul White.
Difficult because he has actually had a bit of a wrestling role. Battle Royale fodder.
How could someone
How could
possibly
someone-
put him over the top rope? He's so big, he's going to definitely win.
Yeah, seems to be doing like stuff that's important behind the scenes. Whatever the fuck he does, sitting in catering, you know. I'm sure. I feel like Tony just hires people for just name brand value. Like, yeah, I've got Paul White, mate, and Mark Henry.
So Penelope Ford.
Yeah, we've talked about her before with Kip Sabian. We touched on that, didn't we?
Yeah, we did. It's fair to put them together, isn't it? Definitely
she's really good. And she's done a lot of like intergender wrestling as well, and so athletic.
Yeah,
I don't get it, and you've had her since day one. Like,
definitely underutilized.
I hope they go somewhere else and raise the stock. To be honest with you.
Yeah. So I feel like they'd fit quite well in TNA. But
Oh, I don't
Penta.
want to. I almost don't want to put like the Lucha Bros together, but Phoenix is good too, I guess. But I love Penta so much. Like, if I could be any wrestler, I'd want to be like if I could be a wrestler, I'd be Penta.
Are we going to put them together or not?
Yeah, we have to put them together. I'd just love to look like that for just one day. Just like his strikes. And this is a tag team that has been there since day one and has like survived all the BS as we've been through a lot of the broken down tag teams.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're amazing. Lucha Libre, hard hitting strikes. Yeah, elite. Paul Hasselhoff, wish it clicked for me. It's just a big man.
A big
And I
muscly
can
dude.
tell, I can tell he's impressive. And yeah, like I look at him and like he's impressive. And I get that I should care and I want to care, but I don't give a fuck. But I want to. I want to care about you.
I know, yeah, I'm the same. It doesn't evoke any
But
sort of
nothing's coming across to me.
Yeah.
Nothing. Like I kind
Not
of
a lot of memorable stuff.
So, I guess with the Don Callis, well, he was with Team Taz, wasn't he? And then that was like whatever. And then with Don Callis family, like, yeah, it's just the gimmick of being like big man.
Do you
But
think?
sometimes mid underutilized because I want to see him do more.
Yeah.
Like I actually want to care about this person because
But
they're talented.
Yeah, but you're not like giving.
And I think he can do a good promo. Like when he did the promo against Jericho.
Yeah.
That was good. It's funny though, isn't it? In AEW, the big guys, the big muscly, meaty men are the ones that like are struggling to get over, but like, you know, the smaller dudes, the high flying dudes are the ones that get over more.
It's like opposite to WWE, isn't
Opposite.
it? Preston Vance.
Yeah, he recently started to get a push. He was in Dark Order. I feel nothing.
Me neither. I didn't.
don't
I was watching like Collision highlights. I didn't watch the whole show, but the highlights on YouTube, and he was in the match. And I thought he looks just like Gabriel Kidd. And like I zoned out for 1 second and looked back on my screen. I was like, is that fucking Gabriel Kidd? So that kind of speaks for itself. Paul Turner, another referee. QT Marshall.
He'd left. But if he hadn't left, he'd be an ex-packy because I can't stand him. But not even in like a heel way, like just genuinely like fuck off.
Just go away and he
just fuck off. Like,
and he has done that. So
and he fucked off. So
Rebel.
I like Rebel. I don't care massively.
I don't really. What's she done recently?
Yeah, I feel nothing can't be asked. It's not like as though she was ever good enough to be like mid, underutilized, not in a harsh way, but
so
I do like her though.
Yeah. What about Red Velvet?
Don't care. What's your gimmick? You wear red. Your name's Red Velvet, and you wrestle. I don't. Why should I give a shit?
Yeah, we
Why?
need to be given reason.
I don't know. I can't stand it.
It's like
Can't
not a
stand it.
name, is it? It's like couldn't even pass as like a Bible name. It's like it's just stupid.
What's your government name? Red Velvet. It's as bad as
don't-
that Connor with a K at the end of his name.
I just feel like she's a bit better than I Felt Nothing.
That's how you. If that's the hill you want to die on, you die on that hill.
Yeah,
Because we can't put every woman in. I felt nothing. So go on then.
she's going in Battle Royale fodder. Renee Paquette,
Ollie,
the
we kind of touched on
phenomenal,
it earlier.
remarkable.
Yeah, the remarkable Renee Paquette. Renee is the
Brilliant.
greatest. She's the goat. She's the goat. She sells everything. Everything. Nothing gets past her.
Yeah, yeah. And she makes it look so easy. And as someone who's done that, it's not as easy as she makes it look. She's just
No,
everything. And as well, why is she always wearing like the best outfits out of everyone?
she serves.
Just 10 out of 10. Everything she does, she makes it look effortless and she's just amazing.
One of their best assets.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
if you were doing roster cuts, you cut a lot of wrestlers
You would
before you cut
not
her.
cut her in there.
She's worth like 20 wrestlers. Like
No, she is. Like the value she brings to the product. And this is the
oh,
referee
oh.
who caused Mox to get a concussion, actually, not Bryce
Also,
Ramsey.
the whole time we were just shitting on this random
No,
guy.
because you were saying Rick Knox, thinking that was him, but that's actually him.
Oh, it's because
So,
yeah, because I can't actually see like the words, just the
yeah.
picture.
So you weren't wrong, but Bryce Remsburg is the one who's quite obnoxious. I still have X-Pac
He's
on
got a bit of a
him.
punchable face, Annie.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, put them both there.
Yeah. Ricky Starks.
Elite. He has had the shit end of the stick so long. He
Mm.
is so charismatic and so talented. The fact that he's wrapped up in a temporary tag team is criminal. He shouldn't even be in that situation. But guess what? He's made it work through pure charisma. Not only that, then he had to deal with the Adam Copeland promo where he got called a vanilla midget of the Rock, which, and he handled it so professionally. And again, this is no shade towards Copeland, because, as far as we know, he came backstage and all that was blown over and there was no heat there. But it was a veteran blunder, and he could have easily taken that personally and and
Yeah.
he would have had every right to have done so, for him to have gone off like that. But he didn't. He held it together. He held it together during the horrendous Golden Jets promo. He sells himself so well, and you can tell behind his eyes that he's not happy with the crib. He's not happy, but he still gives it his all. He's a great wrestler. He's fantastic. Like in the ring, he can do it all. I just love him. I think he's the top end of the mid card. But I don't see him going into because the world championship space at the minute is so crowded. Like there's no room for him. I can't see him being in AEW much longer.
Do you think then that might put him
No.
low?
No, he's
Because if he's
well,
not
maybe he
in
is 4 out of 5.
that world championship
Yeah, it's 4
kind
out of
of
5. You're right, it's
caliber,
4 out of 5. You're right. I agree.
because this is what I was going to say. I don't disagree with anything that he said, but do I picture him as a champion and like in the same caliber as these
And
people?
it could
Not
be. It's
really.
just booking. It's just booking.
Yeah,
But I
the
am enjoying his
potential's there.
act right now.
Yeah, and
It
he's
even
like
made me like Big Bill.
he's
So,
consistently entertaining on TV.
Yeah, we'll leave him there. Hopefully, in the future things get better.
Yeah, Riho.
It's not I felt nothing. Maybe it's just because I'm so used to seeing her from her being there since day one.
Mm-hmm.
And she's been presented seriously.
And she
How
came straight back into the title picture, didn't she?
Yeah, I mean she should have probably had a bit of story behind that rather than just she's back and she's got she's in there. I want to say bathroom break, but maybe 4 out of 5. No, I need to just think of it as the women's division. She's 4 out of 5 for the women's division.
I was gonna
It's
say the
hard
same
because
thing.
I'm picturing it as all of AW, and I'm like, no, you need to look at the
In
small pond that is the women's division and
Yeah,
compare it to the other women, and she is 4 out of 5.
in context, like she's always been like atop the women's division, and I think she kind of embodies a women's division in quite a good way, and obviously very good in ring, charismatic too. And I do think she's a draw as well.
Yeah, definitely. People get behind her. Should she be like the face of the company? Should she be like put in that position that, what they're pushing a Tony Storm as? Probably not. But, putting her up there and on the higher end and having her have a few title reigns under her belt. Yeah, why not?
Yeah,
Why not?
yeah. I definitely see her as like a 4 out of 5 star wrestler. Rocky Romero is the next one.
I swear he just came out of nowhere and just joined the best friends. Although maybe this all happened on Rampage, probably, but he's all
I
right.
think I think he's signed with New Japan
No, he's been on AEW TV. Well, when's he
recently.
signed? Like he was on TV last week with AEW. He's been in those like multi-man matches and stuff, and they're just like Rocky Romero.
Oh
He was
yeah,
in that
okay.
four-way. He was
Yeah,
in that four-way. That was a Continental Classic thing.
yeah,
Contender.
yeah. You're right.
Battle Royale fodder.
Yeah,
He's an alright in-ring worker, but I
think it
don't
kind
know
of
him
shows that
well enough.
he's forgettable.
Yeah.
Definitely. Ruby Soho.
Oh dear. Very good.
Very
Very good
good
on it by
and
herself. I think
and
good
kind of
promo.
creeping upwards.
I think mid underutilized.
Mm,
She needs to just get out of that outcast.
yeah,
Just break them up. Break
yeah,
them up and let her just go her own way. Because really, if anyone should have gone their own way, I know we've got the whole Tony Storm vintage character now, but before then, if anyone should have had the push and torn away from him, it should have been her.
yeah, definitely. And especially the amount of momentum she had when she first arrived, and everyone was so excited that she was there, like to not
Well, that's
capitalize on.
every female signing in AEW.
It's
So
like amazing, massive news when they sign, but then nothing happens of it.
it's like getting a toy in it.
Yeah,
And he's like so excited with his new toy and he like plays with it and then it's like I don't want to play with you anymore from Toy Story. Andy just dropping Woody.
that's definitely a meme that exists already. Next on the list is Rouge.
Love.
Dear.
Love. Yeah, I think he's great. I don't think we'll put him in elite under the fact
Mm.
that we said that he's not a world title in the
Mhm.
world title picture or could be seen as a legitimate world title contender, but 4 out of 5 stars, amazing. Love. Fantastic. Chef's kiss.
Yeah, no, notes from me. I agree with you. I've got no strong feelings like to put him further down. I don't think you could really justify that.
A great wrestler.
Ryan Nemeth.
Hey, that's like Super Junior.
That's Ryan Nemeth.
Oh
Because
my god, I just
Zack
saw like
Sabre
the
Jr. is
blonde
this
hair.
long.
Right, Ryan Nemeth is a great jobber. He's battle royale fodder, and he does
He,
it well.
yeah, he does what he needs to do. Agreed. Sammy Guevara then.
Right, Sammy Guevara is the most overrated wrestler ever. Why are you sliding all the way up there? Sammy
Well,
Guevara,
you know, he's painted as like a star and what like you say, overrated. It's like they
he has no charisma.
no, I
Like,
agree. I don't
none. He has
I,
none. He doesn't even have babyface appeal. He's a terrible heel. Yeah, he can do a Spanish fly. He can do great moves.
good in
The
ring.
only reason you think he's as good as he is because of his association with Chris Jericho.
Well, yeah, that's
That's
it.
the
That's what I was just about
only
to say.
reason that you see him like that. I would say lovely lad, but maybe not because
Not
he's done some
really.
such things in the past. So maybe not. What's redeeming? What's
I
redeeming?
yeah, no.
It's so boring. It's so boring.
I have
I feel
no
nothing.
he
Can't
comes
be
on
asked to feel nothing.
TV.
That is where I'm at.
Yeah, he comes on TV and I'm just kind of like tuning out.
Yeah. Or like when he's in like a tag and like you see him tagging and you think, oh,
Here we go.
worse when it's him and Jericho together.
Mm. It's
It's just like there's no reprieve.
and it's so cringe. Like the less sex gods. It's like stop it, please. Just
Just let it
stop
go.
it.
As well, just let it go. Like you had a great thing. Let it
Pass.
it's like the elite like thing of like being addicted to like breaking up with each other and then getting back together.
Mm. He
And
gets
again,
old.
I'm not but whereas with the elite, when they first did it, like especially like the Hangman Kenny drama, that was great.
Mm.
Sammy versus Jericho splitting up has never been great.
Yeah, by the first time we were already sick of it.
Yeah.
Yeah, agreed. And to be honest, I thought just because of the caliber that they try and put him at, we'd probably end up putting
Yeah,
him
like it
higher.
feels
But
weird to put him there, but he is there.
if we both
That is really where
agree,
he should be.
that
And I
we
think
can't
for
be
a lot
arsed
of
with him.
people, I think
Hmm.
some people have like given Bedford out like he's mid, but the thing is, he's at the ceiling of his talent. It's got nothing to do with booking. You could book him stronger; it wouldn't make a difference.
He's booked
It'd
really
still be
strong.
boring.
Mm. Next up, then Samoa Joe.
He has to be elite. He's world champion, and he's Samoa Joe.
He is just the full package, amazing in the ring, and just always delivers. So funny, great on promos, but also really intense.
Yeah.
Makes it feel proper real.
That Kurt Angle mix of like being able to be witty and a comedic character when
Mm.
doing those fake out spots, the wanker spot, but also like being able to be like legitimately terrifying.
Hmm. Yeah,
That's a skill,
it
you know.
is.
And we're only just entering his title reign, really. So
Yeah, so
you
excited.
know, I'm sure that'll be amazing. So that put him there.
Absolutely. Next up is Saraya. Oh, it's I've always quite liked her for what she did for women's wrestling in WWE. I feel like she was a big part of them moving on from the
Yeah,
divas
definitely.
into the women's
She was a huge part of the
evolution,
women's revolution.
revolution. Yeah.
AJ Lee, and then Paige, and then the Four Horsewomen,
Hmm. Yeah.
and Stephanie McMahon, of course.
Of course, because she
Um,
invented women, like we all know.
yeah,
Um,
of course. Saraya, I don't want to put I felt nothing can't be asked, even though she does feel like a chore. Put her in Battle Royale fodder.
I think,
She's not mid or underutilized because you can't utilize her any better. She's got injuries. She can't perform to that to can't book her like that.
mhm,
But she's not. I don't feel nothing because we have an emotional attachment to her because of the past and because of her injuries and all the adversity she's facing. I'm so happy that she's part of the company
yeah,
and she's furthering
yeah,
like a lot of the people in that category. I don't look at the people in that category and think you shouldn't be there. I think, yeah, you're exactly where you need to be.
yeah. Satnam Singh,
Battle Royale fodder.
Scorpio Sky.
I felt nothing can't be asked. I used to like him in with the tag team with Kazarian,
Mm,
but now as a solo um performer,
there's nothing
yeah,
really
the
there.
moves are there, but there's no characters, no substance.
There's nothing to get invested. Okay, then it's Serena Deeb.
Um, she seemed to have some like promo recently, being the escape master, and that's slightly intriguing. So Battle Royale fodder, I guess. I don't have enough to care fully, but
Yeah, I don't
hopefully,
really.
we
Yeah, I don't have anything to add. I can't even think really. Serpentico.
don't care. We've spoke about how I feel about these luchadors.
He's one of the weaker ones. Sean Dean.
Rings a very vague bell.
Yes.
Like the bell is so thin, I can barely hear it.
Sean Spears.
Next, he ain't with the company anymore, but he was all right for what he was.
Sky Blue.
Can't be
We've,
asked.
we've talked about her before, haven't we?
Can't be asked.
I she's going up a bit in my estimation. Some of the matches she's had recently I've enjoyed.
Yeah, in the ring, I think she's good. Like as a worker, she can work. She can put on a good match. I don't care about your person. Before she had nothing. She had nothing. Now it's like I'm spooky, which we
Mm,
now feel about that. So, to me, it's can't be asked.
I can be
But
asked. I kind of
lots
want her to be
and
more.
a lot of people like her. So again, it's probably just me. However, I would not
Oh,
put her higher than that.
yeah. Yeah, okay. Sanjay Dutt.
Yeah, Battle Royale fodder. He's great in Team TNA.
Sonny Kiss not in the company anymore.
NPC ref. And they're all together, smiling,
Showing your
beaming.
friends. They look like a little boy band. They're cute.
That's cute.
Ding.
Is elite. You know,
Obviously.
he's had a great career, and during this stage of his career, he's done the best that he could do for this stage of his career. The pairing with Darby has
Yeah.
been amazing. We have
It-
discussed how we are not like the biggest Darby fans, but
Yeah.
it's great.
They're such a natural pairing. Like they just something about them. They just match each other so well.
Well, the
And
face paint. I've
well,
always looked at the face paint.
well,
Always have.
actually, yeah.
But you know what? A lot of the veterans are really high on Darby. Like
Mm,
Copeland loves him as well.
mm. It's
Like they
probably
really
got
see something
something
in him.
to do with the fact that like he just is willing to put his body on the line. I guess that does garner some respect.
But as like a veteran, maybe you should be like, don't do that.
Yeah.
Rather than be like, that's really cool. And also, I'm now going to follow you do a crazy
Oh
spot.
my
Like,
God.
no.
Yeah.
But yeah, really looking forward to Revolution and just yeah, it's great that he's in the AEW. It's great that he's been in so many companies and
What a legendary
I've
career.
enjoyed what he's brought to the table.
Yeah. Me too. I could do without Ric Flair, but that doesn't take away from Sting's coolness, but just
Yeah.
could do without it.
Sting
Stokely Hathaway.
rings a big bell.
He
Oh no, he's been on stuff lately and he's been managing someone, but I can't remember who. Or he's been trying to manage someone. But
yeah, is it Chris Statlander who's been trying to like
yes. Oh
impress
fuck
and
off. Get
stuff?
away from Chris I,
Felt
currently I
nothing.
feel nothing.
Yeah.
And currently get away from Chris
I think
Statlander.
he's quite
Leave me be.
entertaining. I think he's quite entertaining, but at the moment it's not really developed enough to kind of feel anything. Stu Grayson.
Felt nothing.
Yeah. Here we go.
Who
Swerve
that?
Strickland.
Guys, Swerve Strickland, 2024 is the year of Swerve.
Yeah.
Swerve Strickland is the man. He is the guy. It is his time. He's taking the title off Joe, and it's going to be
Oh my
Swerve
God.
versus Ospreay at All In.
Yes. Oh,
Get
that'll be
into it, guys.
spicy.
Get into it. It's what's happening. Swerve is an amazing worker. It's insane that he was in NXT and Hunter couldn't see his potential. And no
Yeah.
matter what he did, Hunter
What
just
the hell?
he was very desperate to
Mm,
work under him. And he was like, what can I do to be one of you guys? But he just didn't see anything in him, I guess. Yeah, he's just it's been a slow rise, but an organic one as well, you know, like he just kind of came out of left field in AEW. I think the pairing with Prince Nana just
it's
magic.
perfect. Yeah.
He don't need Mogul Embassy. Get away with that.
No, yeah, I
Get away
agree.
with it. It does things for the other people, does not for him.
Mm,
You know, the death match with Hangman, sensational.
yeah.
The way
One
he
of my favorite
moves in the
matches.
ring, it's kind of unorthodox. The way he like positions himself and the way he sells, his character, the details. He's just the guy.
Yeah. He's he's been
And
brilliant this year, and he's just gonna get better.
get the title on him while he's hot. Let's push him to the moon.
I wish
Honestly.
I kind of wish he won the Continental Classic, but
No,
I'm not
no.
mad about
He'd be
Eddie
tied
winning
up
it,
with that
but
belt. He'd be
yeah,
tied up with that belt on Ring of Honor. Eddie
man,
Kingston, he
yeah.
loves it. He loves it. He loves being New Japan. Get him over there.
Yeah, Swerve
Swerve,
is
no.
like destined for bigger things.
World title.
Mm.
Don't be putting him to TNT. Don't be putting him to the international. World title.
Yeah.
And he wins it.
I think that is where he's
And
headed.
Samoa Joe is a transitional champion.
Mm,
And I'm
yeah,
happy for Joe. It's not that I don't want Joe to like let Joe have his reign, let Joe cycle through people, but Swerve's coming for him. And
yeah,
imagine people really get behind that as well, because also it's like, you know, will they give him the title and it'll be great.
yeah.
Do it before Wembley. You want when you I'm
He was
positive that
over
during
at
Ospreay's
Wembley.
contract,
Yeah.
yeah, and I'm positive that during Ospreay's contract you've put something about All In and you've put that he's gonna main event and that he's gonna get a title reign. Do it there.
So, next on the list, Tay Mello.
Can't stand her.
Really?
Yeah, like X-Pac heat for me.
God. Why?
Oh, she just annoys me. She just
I don't.
annoys me.
I
Like,
don't feel that
as a
strongly
person.
negatively.
Oh, she thinks she's so much better than she is. Like
Mm.
all the time, just whining. Oh, I should have this opportunity. But you're not that good. Like you're good in the ring, but like you're not that good. Oh, she pissed me off on that show, that AEW restricted show, the reality show they did. She pissed me off on that. Thunder
Mhm.
Rosa pissed me off on that as well. Like just whining on all the time. Oh, I can't get in the ring. Yeah, because you've had a kid. You chose to have a kid. Anyway, this isn't even AEW.
Her and Sammy. Her and
Yeah,
Sammy are
she's associated
super
with
annoying as
Sammy
well.
Guevara. Like,
Actually, yeah, that kind of seals the deal for me too. They're just super annoying,
yeah.
and
And
I'm
like
just
Sammy
like,
Guevara, she thinks she's better than she is.
yeah, and I'm
Can't
just
we put
like,
Sammy Guevara in X Pac Heat with
I
her? They could
don't.
be together.
Oh, should we? That's a good point.
Yeah, because it's not even that we feel nothing, we just hate him.
They can stay together,
He
yeah.
pisses us off. Yeah. With the
They're
shitty
just
refs.
one of the most annoying
Perfect.
couples like that have
But
ever
you know
existed.
what? Like, make him heal. And like, I'd
Capitalize on
be
it.
into it then.
Yeah, turn it
Yeah.
around. Then it would
I'd
work.
pay to see him get beat up.
Yeah, X-Pac Heat for Sammy Guevara and Taylor. Perfect. Agreed. Next up is
Taz
Taz.
Elite. We've touched on the
How
commentary today.
perfect the commentary team is.
Taz is one of the best parts. He's so hilarious. His one-liners that he
It's
comes out
so
with,
funny.
and he even catches the others off guard. And it
Yeah,
just,
they're like corpsing.
oh, he's yeah.
And he calls
We've
it how
touched
it
on
is
it.
as well. Next up, the Blade.
Could not give less of a shit.
And,
Same with the Butcher as well.
and
Going in
what the
there.
hell was the Bunny, the Blade, and the Butcher? Like, what the fuck?
Yeah, but it's a cool concept. I quite like it. The
Is it?
bunny, the blade, and the butcher, and there could have been like, yeah, the butcher's like a butcher, like butchering people, the blade's killing people, and the bunny's like luring them in, like a horror gimmick. Oh,
Mm.
I said I don't like spooky, but like, do you know what?
But
That's more like horror though than like, ooh, I'm spooky. That's like, I'm gonna butcher your ass. I'm gonna fillet your ass.
there's like body horror.
Like, yeah, there's like some gore element to it. But yeah, now it ever happened, did it? So
It didn't materialize. Thunder Rosa, now you've just touched on this. I feel like you'd be putting her in X-Pac Heat.
yeah, she sandbagged Britt Baker.
Of
And Britt got
course.
loads of heat for bitching
Oh
about
my
it.
God, I forgot about
Well,
all
yeah,
that
of course she was
drama.
bitching about it.
Forgot about that
And I'm
drama.
not, I don't care about her as a wrestler. I don't care about her as a performer. She don't connect with me at all. It's brutal honesty, but it's the truth. And
Yeah,
I'm just always going to be
gotta be
truthful.
honest.
I'm just going to say how it is.
Speaking of which, Tony Storm.
Yeah, but if you'd have asked us this like a year ago, she would have been an ex-packy.
Yeah.
But I quite enjoy a gimmick now.
Yeah, well, here's the thing. She was given nothing. For
Really
the
growing on
whole
me.
career, she was just nothing. No charisma, not even that good in the ring.
But
Just
people loved
absolutely
her.
nothing. I don't know.
People loved her.
We've talked
It
about
was like
this
sky blue.
at length. We've
Mm.
never understood what it was about her that people like. But now she's given something, and I'm like, yes, character, yes, it's intriguing and it's really entertaining and it's really funny.
I think she's elite because I think even though like I'd put her in 4 out of 5, I think she is when we talked about Aubrey Edwards, like that mascot.
I think we should put her in
And
four out of
she's
five
women's
stars
champion.
though.
She's women's champion though, Lucy. You can't put her in four. She's got the bloody title. She's
Yeah,
elite.
but
She's elite. She is, she is.
oh man,
Raw.
it's so
We
against
have to
everything I believe
put
in.
your feelings aside. No, she's timeless Tony Storm. Get on board with it. Yeah,
'Cause she's,
that's where she
fair
belongs.
point, she's champion.
And she gives the most out of everyone in that division. She has the most
Mm,
character
mm.
and the most commitment.
Yeah, commitment, and she puts the effort in. On commentary, hilarious. In
And she's
interviews,
always been a good
hilarious.
wrestler.
Yeah.
It's just us still getting over the past.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But anyway, in terms of controversial, good old TK. Tony Khan.
Why is he on this
Well,
list?
he's got
Where
to be
does he
elite. He
belong
made
in all these
X-Pac
people?
No, actually X-Pac No, but he's X-Pac for others, but he's not for me. He's elite for me. Fuck it. Put him in elite.
I love the fact that he pops off on Twitter like a forum bro
Yeah.
because
We
it
like
just
pretend like, oh, he's X-Pac No, it's
we love it.
entertainment.
We love the drama. Let's not
We
even
love it.
lie.
We like Dax. We love it.
Yeah, honest to God, it just pops me so much. I
Do we
I
agree with
like
it?
him.
Do we laugh at him or with him? Yeah, we laugh at him, but
Yeah.
like it's still entertaining. Is it detrimental to the product? Yeah.
And you know what's funny
However,
is that it gets such it drives the tribalism and it gets people going. And I don't like the tribalism, but I enjoy watching people argue over the most pointless,
yeah.
stupid shit. It's funny.
I can't
It's
wait to
just
talk
funny.
about him popping off on this podcast
Oh,
at length. It's gonna
it's
be
like
so fun.
because you never know when the next time he's gonna do something, and that's why I like it. You never know when he's gonna get
Yeah, it's
behind his
so
keyboard.
random. Cage match rating.
Who?
Anyways,
Why? Just why? Oh my God, I don't even
just
know.
why.
Tony Nese. This
Is
is the
he
next
still with
Tony.
him? I think he is.
Yeah.
Come the thought of watching a Tony Nese match,
It's not
I couldn't
appealing,
think
is
of anything more boring. It's like watching paint dry.
it? Yeah, fair enough. Tony Schiavone, I think he has to go
Elite,
with fellow commentary team
one of the greatest of all times.
and just brilliant. What an
And
iconic
the
voice he's
greatest in
got as
AEW.
well.
And he's on everything at the minute as well. They've even put him on Collision.
Mm.
Which, like, if he wants to work it, fair enough. I really like him with Nigel.
Yeah, them two are really good together.
Because Tony Schiavone knows how to give it back, whereas when he does it with Kevin Kelly or another person, like they kind of back down and they don't know how to be like that sassy face. Whereas
Mm.
Schiavone will come back at him with facts,
Yeah,
and it's great.
yeah, totally agree. Tully Blanchard, I don't think he's with the company anymore.
No,
Vicky Guerrero, she's not, is she?
no, I think it's just a temporary contract.
Yeah. Wardlow.
Uh,
Mm,
it's
I'm
tough because he's currently, he's only just come back and on the rise.
obviously involved
Bathroom
in
break,
obviously
pre-show back.
involved in like one of the biggest storylines at the moment, but he's kind of blending in the background of that.
But
It's
that's
not.
the type of person he is. I don't know,
Hmm.
people like he should be world champion. No, no, he shouldn't be world
Oh,
champion.
absolutely not. He's
He has
got
a ceiling.
no
People have
personality.
ceilings. He's entertaining enough. He's put on a good match. He does have a personality.
Mm,
It's just not. It's not multi-dimensional enough.
mm. Which, like we said before, sometimes it's fine. It's fine, but like you said, there's a ceiling to what he can achieve. Okay, the next one then is Wheeler Yuta. I love him. I
Four
love
out of
him so
five.
much. Yeah, unfortunately he's not like on the same
Actually,
sort of
maybe
level.
more pre-show bathroom break, but I feel like that
Oh,
might hurt you to put him there.
oh, he's
I think
he's an excellent wrestler, and I love
he
his
plays his
dynamic.
part really well.
Yeah, he does, and he's like the little boy that they've nurtured to be this amazing, ruthless fighter, and I think he cuts a really good promo too.
I think if it were me, I'd move him down one because he is mainly on the pre-show against Hook.
Oh,
But
yeah, you're right though. You are right.
like his place on the card, he might be an amazing wrestler and he might be all those things, but his place on the card, that's like high mid card,
You
four
know
out of
what?
five.
I can live with that because you are right.
Yeah. All those he's with House of Black for God's sake. Do you know what I
Mm.
mean?
Yeah, this is. I just need to look at the thing and just think, yeah, it's not bad. It's not bad to
He's
be
with
there.
Daniel Garcia. Like, come on. And he's definitely like exactly like Daniel Garcia's tier, I'd say.
Mm. Yeah, they are same vibes, aren't they?
Mm.
So, Will Ospreay.
He hasn't. Well, he's done things in the company before on the appearances he has made, and they have been amazing. He gave us one of my personal favorite match of last year, the match against Kenny. But yeah, he's should be coming over now. He's wrapped up in New Japan. I think he belongs in Elite. He's one of the best wrestlers in the world.
Yeah, on a personal level, I dislike him. And I don't mean like personal as in like him personally, because I'm trying to put that aside. I mean like me personally, I have personal issues because I think he's a really shit heel, but also a really shit face. And I think he's such a naturally dislikable person. How can you possibly be such a shit heel?
I don't think for a lot of people though he is naturally dislikable though, because I think a lot of people can see themselves in him, especially a lot of like English wrestling fans, like especially like you're a
But
male.
but like
Self-insert in it.
he says bruv all the time. Who fucking says that anymore? Like no one.
Well, he's been out of the UK for a while and he's been in Japan a lot, so maybe just trapped in time.
I just can't. I always just associate him now with that promo that he did with Jericho just before All In, where he was like, he was meant to be a heel,
Need to
and he was
feed
like,
my bloody
I've got to put my son through
stepchild.
school. Then people started cheering him, but he was meant to be a heel, so he went, shut the fuck up. Why? I don't understand. I just, I just thought it was really shit.
Well, I think he should have always been a face from day one because he was cheered in Wembley because he is
Obvious,
English and the English
obviously,
will
he
cheer
would
him.
be.
So it was a bit of a dumb move to try to portray him as a heel. For me, he's just got to be elite because he's one of the best wrestlers in the world. Obviously, he hasn't his credentials put him there,
Mm,
and I think they'll book him to be elite when he's there. So he has to be. He can't be
but he's
anywhere
not
else.
there now.
Yeah, but when he is, he will be elite.
Yeah, but he's not
It's
there
gonna
now.
be Swerve versus Osprey, man. I'm telling you.
I don't know because like he's
Yeah.
not currently doing it. I feel like he doesn't belong there.
Oh, come on. Don't you can't put him in 4 out of 5. You cannot put Tony. You put. I know it hurts, but you need to put him in elite. It's the right thing to do. It's the right thing to
I don't
do.
think
You
it is.
can't.
I don't think it is, but I'm cool with it. I don't feel that strongly about it that it's gonna.
People will come for you.
I don't really care, but we'll put him in elite. They can't come for us if we put him in elite.
Lucy, after going on 5 minute rant, I don't really care.
I don't care that much that like. I mean, if it was me, I'd put him in go away
I
heat because
think
I
we
just
need to
don't like it.
take. Yeah, but we have tried to remain objective on this.
William Regal is no longer in the company.
Traitor.
There's obviously some bitter feelings there.
No, no, no.
Willow Nightingale then.
Um, for the women's division, for me, 4 out of 5 elite.
Mm.
She's pretty high up
I
for me. I
I
enjoy
don't
her.
quite see it as elite, but I enjoy it too.
Yeah, I think she's a really good baby face
Yeah, which that division
and
needs, I think.
puts on great matches. And yeah, hopefully she does something else because there's been lots of teasing of like tensions between friendships
Mm.
and stuff like that. I'm not the biggest fan of when storylines are reliant on like who's friends with who like all the time, and
Women's wrestling is always constantly like that, and it gets so boring.
it's just a bit petty.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yuka Sakazaki.
she's barely on, so I feel
Mm.
nothing. I mean, I do quite like her when she is on, but barely on. So
I quite like her too. Can we put her up a bit? Because I think she's good.
yeah, fair enough. It's just never there.
Yeah. Speaking of never there, Zack Sabre Jr.
He isn't part of the.
I don't really think that he is sort of
No, me.
rankable in these terms,
He's
particularly.
only been in. He's only been on Forbidden Door, hasn't he?
Yeah. Yeah.
Like I know Carter. I swear Carter's done like other pay-per-views, but he's only been on Forbidden Door.
Yeah, he
Loved his
was.
match with Danielson. Thought it was
Yeah.
amazing.
Yeah.
But
He
yeah,
wrestled Claudio too, right?
he's
I
used very sparingly.
yeah.
But it would
I love
it would
him.
be too much if he was in AW full time. His style.
Yeah.
I think just getting him to come over and do long technical matches at like special pay-per-views, it
That
works.
works. Yeah. I really like him.
I'm
He's one
looking
of my
forward to
favorite
number 3.
wrestlers. Me
Yeah.
too.
It'd be
He's one of
great if he comes to Wembley. Like you'd
Oh.
Why would you not do Danielson, is that Super Junior 3 at Wembley?
Oh my God, that would be unbelievable.
If New Japan will let him.
Next up, Trench.
Trench.
That's what it says.
Don't know you love. Don't know you love and get a new name.
Like Trench Foot.
Underrated. Taya Valkyrie,
Ty Valkyrie,
underrated as
yeah,
hell.
so underrated.
Amazing. One of Lucha Underground, back at it again.
Yeah.
But genuinely, when she came in, I thought I was so excited to see Taya. I thought like she was gonna. I know it's generic, like the game changer, but I genuinely thought she was going to be, and I think she had the potential to be.
Mm.
To just come in and get squashed, and then, I mean, fuck about in Ring of Honor now.
So disappointing.
Terrible.
Yeah. Harley Cameron.
Save fodder.
Mm.
Battle Royale fodder. Only just above I Feel Nothing.
Yeah.
Because at
Same.
least she has a personality.
Mm.
The bar's very low for women's wrestling in AEW, if you couldn't tell.
Unfortunately, yeah. We were just saying, like, before we started, it's weird that there's not that many. There's hardly stuff like this exposes how small the division is. There's hardly any women
Yeah,
even
I
on
thought
this
there was
list.
so many more people who I cared about.
Yeah. Yeah.
Roddy Strong he is 4 out of 5.
Yeah.
He's a great mid-carder. He's a very good wrestler.
Yeah.
Very good at comedy. But he
Yeah,
is a very, very
I
good
love the
wrestler.
comedy stuff he's been doing recently. It's been so funny.
And I'm so happy that he got that and that he's been doing that because,
Yeah.
before that, it was kind of, unless like you'd seen him in Undisputed Era, it's kind of hard, I think, I can't think of the words, like emotionally like connect yourself with his character.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Yeah, he's doing
to me,
excellent.
like he's been in the peak of his career.
Definitely. He added so much to the MJF and Cole feud. Like that whole different
I
angle
wish he
to
would have
it.
stayed face though. Aussie Open, they're good wrestlers. I enjoy their match. Don't really care that much about them, but
Yeah.
they're very like straight wrestlers, like kind of like FTR-esque. But yeah, I don't care about them as much as FTR.
No.
So for me, bathroom break pre-show vibe.
Yeah, because they have wrestled on the pre-show and they start off the show really well. And they good wrestlers kick off with the good wrestling gets the
But I'm
crowd
not
into it.
hyped. Like if they were on a card and it was like Aussie Open versus, I would be like, oh my god, whoa, like
Yeah. Yeah.
But I know that when I watched it, it would be a good match.
Yeah.
But I still don't have that initial excitement. So
So these are the people that we've had to add just ourselves because this tier list, like we said before, is kind of outdated. So that's why these aren't in like alphabetical
Judge
order. Adam Copeland.
Adam Copeland, just words just can't describe how like surreal it is that he's in AEW.
Yeah.
But I feel like especially the match that he had at World's End with Christian just completely sold me. Like it was a match we'd been waiting for, I think, since he came back. We wanted to see him just take the reins and just do whatever the hell he wanted to do and see what creative freedom would be like for him. And just seeing him like do the elbow drop in the crowd and then getting the tables out, setting them on fire, putting Nick Wayne through him. And just the sheer joy you could see on his face. It was so lovely to see. And I think he's elite. Yeah, I think he adds a lot of like legitimacy to the roster.
I agree because when there was like rumors going around that his WWE contract was coming up, I remember some people were like, "There's no way he'd ever go to AEW. He doesn't. They don't deserve him."
It was just too surreal though, almost like imagining because he has just been a WWE guy his whole career. He never went to Japan. He didn't do the indies.
It was
He had
hard to
just a long
conceptualize
tenure
that.
with WWE.
So the fact that he went to AEW, like you said, brought so much legitimacy to it. And it was such a statement from him. And it's great to see him just doing things that he wants to do and he's happy and he's enjoying it. So Adam Copeland's in Elite, and next we've got Nigel McGuinness on commentary.
Who is elite, the top one of the top commentators there. I mean,
He's
they're
amazing
all
at what he
top
does.
commentators that we've put in Elite so far. But Nigel is, I think he might be like one of the greatest heel commentators of all time.
He's so funny. He's just like the stuff he comes out with.
Clam digger. He's just, he's so quick with it. He's so quick witted. His product knowledge, his passion. I love when he just stands up and just gets out of
Yeah,
his
he's so
seat
into it.
and the way like he'll heckle the faces, but as soon as they come over, he'll sell them. He never.
Oh my
He's
God.
being
Yeah.
a heel commentator. Obviously I'm not. Like you've got more commentary experience than me, but I'd imagine it's very difficult to walk that line between roasting people and not burying them. He never buries people.
Yeah, I don't think I could. It's not something I've done because I'm so early in what I'm doing and trying to actually get good at commentary. I think it's like you have to have that fundamental base of being really good at commentary, then to add the character work to it. It
Yeah.
takes a lot of skill, and he's exceptional at it. Next is, I want to call him John Morrison. That's not.
Johnny Hennigan, Johnny Mundo, Johnny World. Why has he had a million fucking names?
Johnny.
Johnny TV. Anyway, he's going with his missus, Taya Valkyrie, in mid underutilized. He's been mid underutilized his whole
It's like
career,
the story
apart
of his
from
life.
Lucha Underground,
Yeah,
where everything was good and we were all happy.
when
And
life was
life was
okay.
just, yeah, like life was okay. We were in the good timeline. It was like 2016 or something.
We didn't know we were in the good old days. Mariah May.
Mariah May. Um,
I like what she's doing with Tony Storm. I think there's legs to it. Like there's legs to the story. What do you think?
yeah, it's something. It's not a lot, but it's something.
It's something.
It's something. It's bathroom break pre-show vibe.
Mhm.
It's not 4 out of 5. It's a light storyline.
I think
It's
she's
fun.
only just come in, but I think what she's been able to do with kind of, she's like a fangirl and she really likes Tony Storm, but then Tony Storm's obviously disrespecting her. That's going to lead up to a feud, and I think it'll be a really good feud.
Yeah, it's supposed to be a parody of an old Hollywood movie that Marilyn Monroe was in, I think, and
Oh,
then
okay.
like I can't remember the name
Oh, that's
um
interesting. I didn't know
of
that.
it, but yeah, and she's playing like the opposing character in that
Mm.
story
Mm-hmm.
of like an
Nice.
obsessed fan.
Yeah. Cool. I like it.
I don't think it is Marilyn Monroe. I think I'm just talking shit. But it is like an old Hollywood movie and it's pissing me off that I can't remember. If I said the title, you'd know it. And I'd
Okay.
know it, but I can't remember off the top of my head.
Nice. Okay. Yeah, I
And she's a
think.
good wrestler. I
Yeah.
enjoyed her debut. I
Mhm.
thought, especially that drop kick.
Mm,
Sick. And yeah, as legs, let's just see where it goes. I'm
yeah.
open-minded.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing where it goes. Bit of a
Floor's yours.
shift now to Ric Flair. For me, it's X-Pac Heat. I just can't be bothered with him on screen. He adds nothing of value to the product apart from his name. And I don't get the point of it. I just,
Well, I think the signing was supposed to be just for woo energy.
mm.
And then like he just shows up as like an on-screen figure.
But now he's
You'd
like, I want to
think
be taking bumps. It's like, dude, go to bed.
he wants his last match. You'd hope and you'd think that when Sting retires, they have a moment, which I think is nice for Sting. And I think Sting's
Mm,
requests should be accommodated. Like if he wants Ric Flair to be there, fair enough, and then they can ride into the sunset together. But
mm,
it's a bit uncomfortable when you're on Twitter and you're like
mm,
going after Vincent Kennedy McMahon's, you know, allegations in the past, and yeah,
mm.
here we are. But yeah,
Well,
X-Pac Heat.
yeah, cool, okay.
Yeah, fair enough. Fair enough.
Two commentators now, Ian Riccaboni.
Elite for
I think
me. I
he's
really enjoyed
amazing.
him on Collision. Don't watch Ring of Honor, so don't get to enjoy him anymore. It's a shame that it's a shame that he had family commitments. What a loser! Why is he
Why
not
is
old school? Why
why
is he
is
not old school
wrestling
and
not
just
your
letting his
number
family
one?
suffer?
Yeah, why is
Yeah.
wrestling not your number one priority?
Why are you not respecting the business? But yeah, he's fantastic. Love
Yeah.
him. Would
Um,
love to hear more from him.
I've done a few commentary seminars with people like Nigel McGuinness and Kevin Kelly, and they always, if someone asks like, "Oh, who do you recommend like studying to get better?" They always say Ian Riccaboni is one of the best. They always put him over. I think he's widely recognised as just absolutely smashing it.
Yeah, I just love his passion with his
Yeah,
calls.
yeah. So next up, Kevin Kelly.
For me, it's X-Packy or Can't Be Asked.
I know you don't like him as much,
It
do
looks
you?
he acts like he's never even watched the show before. He messes people's names up. He don't know whether he's coming or going. Come on, this should be easier than calling New Japan. You speak the language.
I think he's good and I like him, and I disagree, but
Well, by all means, move him up. But where are you going to move him? Because I can't, in good conscience, have him in elite.
that's
4
fine.
out of 5. I'll let you put him there. But
Thank
just
you.
know we have personal beef.
If I ever get to speak to him again, I'll tell him, and I'm sure he'll be delighted to hear it.
I'm sure he'll give so many fucks.
So many.
Wipe his tears with his salary.
Okay, Juice
Juice
Robinson is the
Robinson,
last
our
one.
last. Oh my god, in
God,
sync. We've been doing this for way too long.
we share a brain
Juice
cell at this
Robinson,
point.
just one, half of one. It makes a full one. Anyway, I think Juice Robinson's great. I think he's a great mid carder. I think he's 4 out of 5 stars. I thoroughly enjoy him. I love his
Yeah.
unhinged character. However, I did not enjoy the MJF storyline,
No, me
especially the
neither.
controversial. I think that did so much damage to him because now, canonically, he's an anti-Semite, which
Yeah,
you'll never be able to get away from. It's in
it's
kayfabe. It's
no,
literally
there's
in
just
kayfabe.
no need for it. I know
How,
you want to build the sympathy for MJF, you want to build the heat, but not like that. There's other ways to do it.
yeah, I mean that's a whole that match that angle. I have very nuanced thoughts, and I know Lucy does too on it. But anyway, not just devaluing him just to one angle. He's a
Mm.
great wrestler. Didn't connect with me as much in New Japan, but definitely is connecting with me here in AEW. I love him. I love his antics. I love his
Mm.
caricature, almost like character. Um, the way he sells things. Yeah, he's just unhinged, and it's great.
Yeah, I
It's
agree.
great, and
I
he
think
adds
he,
so much to the stable of Bullet Club Gold as well.
yeah, yeah, he does. I think he fits in 4 out of 5.
Yeah, so that's gonna do it, folks. That
Look,
is the tier list.
that was a
Um,
mammoth task, like we said at the start, and I'm happy with what we've ended up with.
yeah, I think we actually, I think we thought there'd be a lot more struggle in certain parts, but I think we're a lot more similar than we think. We have similar
Mm,
opinions,
yeah.
and we're always willing to hear the other one out as well. So, like, I
Hmm.
think while going forward in this podcast, like, there's definitely like different opinions. Like, we're not close-minded.
Yeah,
You know?
yeah, that's right.
Apart from some things that we collectively are close-minded on, like fuck Sammy Guevara. We'll never think he's good. But we did say that about Tony Storm, and now she's in
Well,
elite.
who knows what could happen? But it's such a strong. I mean, these people in elite, you know, very
It
well
feels
for them.
quite small though. Like it's quite bad that I think the biggest category we've got is actually can't be asked.
Hmm. Well, I think with
But that is the
such
Ring of Honor roster as well.
yeah,
Quite a lot of Ring of Honor people have been put in there.
with such a big
But
AEW roster, it's inevitable that some people just fall to the sidelines. It's just what happens.
yeah, and I think going through this, it's been interesting talking about potentials and for the future, like future feuds. And there's a lot of people that we feel like could move up. Booking holds a lot of people back.
Hmm. Yeah,
But
definitely.
and we have put the Booker in elite, so says it all, doesn't it?
Oh, what marks?
Yeah, we are absolute marks for AW. It's embarrassing. Um, but yeah, that's it. That's
Yeah,
our opinion. It's the only opinion.
it's the only opinion that obviously
Only
matters.
comment if you agree.
Yeah, if there's any sort of ones that are completely wrong, then keep it to yourself. No, I'm really joking. Let us know. Curious to know what you think. That's the thing about wrestling
House
is
of
that
Black. House of Black. We expect that people are going to
yeah,
be pissed off about that one, but we're just living our truth. We're not afraid to speak the truth.
That's why wrestling's the best. It's subjective.
So yeah, that'll do it. We're gonna wrap it up.
Yeah.
If you could, leave a comment, leave a like on YouTube, on Spotify. If you could leave a rating, especially, that is the most helpful way to further the podcast. And also subscribe. You can do that on Spotify and follow the podcast on Spotify. And yeah, we'll be back with more content in the future, regular Dynamite reviews, more roster rankings. I think it'd be interesting in the future to rank past rosters. Like, what if we did like an Attitude Era ranking, Ruthless Aggression ranking, NXT Black and Gold ranking. Yeah, we got tons of ideas, like we said. So hopefully get into that in the future.
People will be
AEW.
like, nah, you put fucking Jay Lethal in Battle Royal fodder, never listening ever again.
We don't want you. If that's your bit, we don't want you.
Well, thank you for listening. Too Sweet Podcast, and see you next time.
Yeah, we don't have a sign off. It's too corny to be like, too sweet.
That's it. That's it now.
I must bid you adieu, goodbye, and good night, bye.
I wish you died in the womb!